speaking in the last class about coffee and incident where I had coffee spilled all over me, and I was able, Baruch Hashem, not to react strongly to the young lady who accidentally did this. I'd like to tell you another coffee incident that happened to me while I was in my travels in America. I was with my friend Yehuda Peled, and he told me about a new type of coffee, which is elephant coffee. It's actually quite expensive. It's about $50 a cup. And the the significance of this coffee is that the coffee beans are consumed by elephants, and then after they pass through the elephant's digestive system, they're taken and made into a cup of coffee. Now, you might ask yourself, as I did, why would someone want to drink coffee beans which were passed through an elephant's digestive system and then found into his excrement? This doesn't sound incredibly appetizing to me. This was my question, and you'd answer me as follows: that apparently, when the coffee beans pass through the digestive system, the elephant takes off their bitterness, and that this gives a very special taste to the coffee. The fact that it's not doesn't have that bitterness anymore. And I was thinking as follows: again, first of all, this coffee is not kosher. I spoke yesterday with Rav Shlomo Safrani about it. Something which is yotzim min advar tameh, came out of a non-kosher animal, cannot be consumed. Yotzim min tameh tameh. This differs from honey, which comes from bees, which take pollen and turn into honey. As Rav Safrani explained, that the honey doesn't actually, the pollen doesn't actually become part of the bee's body, while the coffee beans go through the digestive system, and they do. So therefore, first thing is that you can't drink this coffee. It's not kosher. But let's say you have somebody, let's say it was kosher. Let's say there was some sort of heter to drink this coffee. Should a person, is it worthwhile to drink this coffee? Is this something, a good experience? Okay, we're talking about taste, and in Israel they say, al tam v'reach ein litvakeach. On taste and smell, don't argue, because either you like it or you don't. But I'd like to suggest a reason why. Again, I've never had this coffee, and I don't plan to. But yeah, another reason why to avoid this coffee, besides the fact that it's not kosher, is that the special taste of coffee actually comes from the bitterness. As I believe many coffee experts will tell you, it's that bitter taste of the coffee that gives it a special taste. And when you combine it with, especially when you combine it with milk, it's the sweet and sour. It's the pleasant taste of the milk together with the sharp taste of the coffee that gives it that special taste. And this is in fact a excellent mashal, an excellent analogy for dealing with life. And as the Vilna Gaon says, that all the ne'imus, all the pleasantness in the world to come, comes from the gvuros, comes from the difficulties, comes from the judgment, comes from the difficult nisyonos that we go through. Right? If life was just sweet and smooth sailing, then we'd be missing a lot of. We'd be missing that contrast in life. We'd be missing that special taste of the sweet, of the sharp, which is tempered by the sweets, and this gives life its fullness and body, and makes life a more challenging and more exhilarating experience. If everything just went smoothly, then there would be no challenge. There would be no vibrancy in life. And this is what the Vilna Gaon says at the end of Shir Shirim, that the sweetness of the world to come comes from overcoming the obstacles, comes from facing the nisyonos in life in the face, as it were, and overcoming them. Now, Rav Moshe Shapiro Zatzal once told me, he says like this, I told him about the difficulties we're having, he said, we don't ask for challenges, but don't forgo even one of them. Don't forgo even one of them, because it's those challenges in life that boost us up, that make us great, that take us from point A to point B, that elevate us and bring us closer and closer to Hashem. So therefore, I'm suggesting that even if you could find a cup of kosher elephant coffee, which you can't, and even if you wanted to spend your money on this, which I would suggest a much better usage of your money would be giving it to staka, either to aniyim or to a kollel or to b'nei Torah or to any other mitzvah purpose, rather than using it on your stomach and your elephant coffee. Right? Even if you could find a kosher cup of elephant coffee, but enjoy the challenges of life. Again, we don't ask for them, but if we come, we have to know. Godla Adonai Rav Koch L'Tznosim is ein mispar. Hashem's understanding is great. Right? His power is very great, and his understanding is infinite. There's no number on his IQ because it's infinite, and therefore every single situation he puts us into is because is a byproduct of his infinite wisdom, which he's decided that this is the best for us at any given situation. So rather than fighting the system, enjoy it and feel good about the fact that Hashem put us into these situations and wants us to become closer to Him, wants us to daven to Him to come closer to Him, and wants us to elevate and rise to the challenge and come closer and closer to Him. And if we live our life this way, it'll be so much more pleasant. It'll be so much more invigorating. It'll be so much more enjoyable. So let's try to do this every single day. And you can have a cup of coffee in the morning. The Shulchan Aruch, the Shulchan Aruch Mishnah Berurah even says that you can have before davening. If it's not gaiva, it's to get yourself awake. Definitely, if you need it, have a cup of coffee in the morning, right? But don't drink elephant coffee. And when you drink a cup of coffee, think about the bitter together with the sweet. If you are somebody who needs to put milk in your coffee, think about the bitter together with the sweet and how this represents many, many situations that we face in life where we're challenged by something which appears to be bitter. It looks bad, but really it's a sign of Hashem's infinite kindness and wisdom and goodness to us that we should grow and come closer and closer to Him. Amen. Kein Tiratzon.